Go on. Say it. I've had an absolute shocker with my predictions for this magic weekend at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Round 17 of the Betfred Super League. Final game of this weekend, the biggest in my opinion. The fiercest of rivals, St Helens and Wigan. Matty Pete's already. Ooh, apologies. We know the volume's working. Matty Pete's already thrown fuel on the fire by saying that St Helens have no identity. We'll go through the team lineups. These are important. Lots of injuries for Wigan and a few missing for St Helens as well. But we'll go first with St Helens. They go with Jack Wellesby, Harry Robertson, Tristan Saylor, Alex Walmsley, Darryl Clark, Shane Wright, David Clemmer, Joe Shorrocks, Owen Dagnall, Neen McDonald, Jacob Douglas, Jake Davis and Jackson Hastings. Interchanges for the Saints are Jacob Host, George Delaney, Tom Humphreys, Pepita and 18th man Billy Keeley. The Warriors go with a much changed Warriors side. They go with Jai Field, Zach Eckersley, Adam Kieran, Jake Wardle, Harry Smith, Ethan Hubbard, Brad O'Neill, Junior Nsemba, Cade Ellis, Oliver Partington, Jack Farrimond, Cian McDermott and Nathan Law gets a starting position. No Noah Hodkinson, he's got a fractured skull, expected to be out for 4 weeks after an operation. You wouldn't credit it, would you? 4 weeks after a fractured skull and an operation, he'll be back. Interchanges for the Warriors, Mago, Taylor Kerr, Lucas Mason and Shea O'Connor. Sam Essay is the 18th player. And I got an email saying, why don't you put 18th player on these instead of 18th man? Quite simply, there's less letters in man than player, so it's easier to fit on if you get somebody with a bigger name. Frankie James is in live chat. She says, hey Jimmy. Hey Frankie, good to see you in there. Players are in the tunnel now getting ready to come out. Daz Reynolds is in. He says, is Farrell injured for Wigan? He is, mate. He's injured. He came off last week, didn't he, in the first half? He got a stinger down his neck and it did his forearm in and what have you. So today we have no Bevan French again. He's out with another hamstring injury, 4 weeks out. So we've no Captain Farrell. We've no Noah Hodkinson. We've no Bevan French. And we've no Luke Thompson either. Our go forward man, he's out with an ankle injury. So the lads are going to have to step up today. They are going to have to step up, because if we don't play at our best, Saints will take us here. I'm hoping that our right side can put some tries in and be strong defensively. We're going to need to get a little bit of protection down that left-hand side with Nathan Law. I don't know what it is with the number 5 position for the Warriors. We've got Liam Marshall out 12 weeks plus with a long-term hamstring. We've now got Noah Hodkinson out with a fractured skull. How he's coming back within 4 weeks after an operation on a fractured skull, I don't know. But, apparently he is. So I'm not sure who's even going to be captain for the Warriors today. I missed that in the build-up, so apologies. Harry Robertson's back for St Helens after apparently there was a lot of hoo-ha about Robertson, wasn't there, with let's just get rid of some music for you now. I hope you enjoy the pre-match music. Get a few tunes on the go. That's Adrian Celestine. Give us permission to use his sounds. Thank you, Adrian. Any more you want to send me, mate, please feel free to do so. Yeah, apparently Wakefield Trinity put a humongous offer in for Robertson from St Helens. It was rejected, but apparently there was no offer went in. So how on earth can you have? We're up and running. Wigan kicking from right to left. The smoke billows across the stadium. There's already a punch up. It's on. It's on. Everybody is in. Shamozzle. That's a bit more than a shamozzle. That's pre-planned from the start. First tackle. Everybody's in. There's fists flying. Normally you don't see the fist flying, do you? Hopefully it's something to do with Adam Kieran that's in there. Let's get another look at this. So it came from the kickoff. It was driven in by Ethan Havard. And, it was in back play. It was Brad O'Neill with, I think it might have been Clemmer. They were having a bit of a set to. There was a collision coming as they were both going for the ball. Well, the ball was going over their head. They were both running off the ball. There was a collision. Then they had a real set to. And as soon as that happened, everybody was in. So it was Havard who drove it forward. Brad O'Neill gives a push. Then it's them two having a go. Then Clark gets in there. I think in fairness, Clark was trying to split it up. But then there was bodies piling in from everywhere. I thought I saw punches being thrown. I couldn't swear to it. But it looked a little bit more than your normal pulling each other about and maybe a little bit of a slap and that. If they've any sense here, they'll just crack on with the game now. Both sets of players are obviously fired up. Not helped by, like I said, Matty Pete during the week. So Clemmer's walking over. I think it's him. I'm peering through the smoke. Now the referee's having a word with the video referee. Just let them crack on with it now. They've got it out of the system. The Wigan players are all together in a huddle. There's still a little bit of murmurings going over from Clemmer. Jackson Hastings is there next to the referee. Now the referee's saying he's given a penalty against Clemmer there, I think. I just saw him going like that. So he's saying about maybe there was a push in the build-up or I don't know. But now it's Jackson Hastings and Harry Smith. Harry Smith it is who's captain for the Wigan Warriors. I think the referee's just going to let it look. Right, so it's a penalty to Wigan. We're just going to crack on now. Let's reset this clock. We're on 58 seconds. Don't forget, live chat is open. Anything you want to say, if you want to ridicule me over my predictions, I would if I was you. I've had an absolute shocker this weekend. Absolute shocker. Yesterday, I was not from forward in my predictions. Not a good start to the 100k challenge. We're back up and running, by the way. So the clock is on. I'll get mine going in a second. As soon as it hits 1:30, that's when we'll get the clock going. There was an issue, wasn't there, at Hull FC when Wigan played there last time. Luckily we had my clock because Skies went on the bonk. Nobody in the stadium or on the pitch or the referees, I don't think anybody knew where the time was. They should have tuned in to Catch It Live Sports. We'd have kept them up to date. Partington drives it in, 5th tackle on St Helens is 20. Smith, he's going to put a high kick into this left hand corner and Semba's there, Wardle's there. It's pushed back to Semba, picks it up. He's trying to get an offload away, basketball style. It's picked up by Harry Smith. Can he get in at the corner? No, he's wrapped up by Walmsley. Decent end to the set there from the Warriors. Close but no cigar. So it'll be Sailor in at dummy half. Spreads it left to... Oh my word, who was that? I think that was Dagnall, who ran into the brick wall. That is Cian McDermott. Kept hold of the ball. He did well. Been some big hits going in on this Magic weekend, that is for sure. Darryl Clark in at dummy half. Spreads it left to Hastings. Over the 30. He's met by Ethan Havard and Ollie Partington. On St Helens 40. Centre field. Darryl Clark, dummy half. Spreads it right. Clemmer drives it in. Gets an offload away. Picked up by Walmsley. Was there a little knock on there? No. It looked like it, but I don't think he did. I think he gathered it cleanly. Must have done. Wellesby puts a kick into the right-hand corner. On his own 10. Field takes it. Gets away from Sailor, who came hurtling in to make the tackle. He's brought down 15 yards out. Harry Smith comes in at dummy half. Spreads it left. It's that man, Nathan Lowe, getting his first drive into the line. Does well. Wigan up to their own 30, just 3 tackles gone. Pretty central. Brad O'Neill, dummy half, spreads it to his right-hand side. Now it's going to be Eckersley. What can he do? Oh, my word. He's met by number 9, Darryl Clark. That was a good hit. Over the halfway line now with Cade Ellis. Almost brought the line. He gets dragged round his jersey by the neck by Shorrocks. Otherwise, he was away. He wouldn't have been going all the way, but Wigan wouldn't have been praying a tackle in on the 5th. Nathan Law there. Dagnall took that ball on his own 10. Nathan Law went into him trying to avoid the contact, but he couldn't quite avoid him. Yeah, he did make contact there. Penalty to St Helens. Didn't need to do that either, Nathan Law. He'll learn though as he gets older. Had a good game against Hull KR when we put the youngsters out. I'm waiting to see more of George Marsden as well. He's got a big future ahead of him. Up to their own 40. Clarkin at dummy half. Spreads it right. Wellesby into the line. Little offload back to Shane Wright. He gets over the halfway line. Brought down by Cade Ellis and Ollie Partington. Saints trying to come down that left-hand side now. Spinning in the tackle there was Jake Davis. Can't get the offload away though. There's a kick coming behind Wigan here from Saylor. It's been knocked on. It's been knocked on by Dagnall. Is he saying he was tackled off the ball? It did look like there was contact, but that might be two players crossing each other. Oh, hello. Possible penalty coming up here for St Helens. We're going upstairs. We've gone with no try. Well, I don't think there was even a possibility of it being a try. I think he just wants to see how the restart's going to happen. So everybody's on side from that little kick Saylor put in from his own from Wigan's 30. It was Robertson. It's a foot race with Robertson and Law and Fields coming across. So he's a bit of a meat in the sandwich there, is Law. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there was a tackle kind of before he had contact of it by Law or not. That'd just be a knock on. Yeah, no try. Well, it's definitely not a try anyway. But it's just how do we restart it? They are going to get a penalty though, St Helens. So they have said that there was sufficient contact from Law that stopped Saints taking possession. Morgan Scottson's in live chat, says, come on Wigan. Couldn't agree with you more, Morgan. It's going to be difficult today though with the injuries that we've got. But it's not an excuse. Clark in at dummy half, centre field. Shorrocks, Walmsley drives it in. He's about 8 yards out, right in front of the post. Clark goes left. There's a missed pass there. Now it's driven in by number 28, Jake Davis. He's about 4 yards short. Shorrocks did well to take that pass. He was on his knees when he took it. Then he's tackled by Cade Ellis. Hastings, little bit of an offload there to Shane Wright. He drives it forward just to the right of the post. He's about 3 yards out. Fifth tackle, Clark spreads it left. It's with Hastings. He puts a little chip to the left-hand side. It's been picked up by Eckersley in his own goal line. Gets over his goal line, brings it out. He's going to get over the 10. Great play there by the Wigan number 2. Adam Kieran brings it forward. Wigan made good yardage there from the... It was a 0 tackle, so this will be the second tackle. They're already up to their own 40. Spreading it to the right-hand side is Brad O'Neill to Ethan Havard. He's stopped just short of the halfway line. O'Neill this time. He goes left. It's with Ellis. Ellis drives it in. Shorrocks is waiting for him with Hastings. 4 tackles gone. Harry Smith puts a high kick in from the 40. It's going to go down this right-hand side for Saints. It's taken by number 24, Owen Dagnall. He comes inside. They'll be starting from their own 10, Will St Helens. Jackson Hastings comes in at dummy half, spreads it left. Up to their own 20, Saints. McDonald drives it over the 30. 3 tackles gone. Clark in at dummy half, spreads it left. Walmsley over the 40. Gets brought down by O'Neill. Quick one-handed pick up there by Clark. He's over the halfway line. He's up to Wigan's 40. Tried dummying to get through the line there. Well, the tackle by Farrimond and then wrapped up by Partington. 5th tackle coming up. Oh, what an awful pass to Hastings. Did well to take it and get a kick away. It's going to land 10 yards outfield down the right-hand side for Wigan. Wrapped up. That's where Wigan will be starting from. Adam Kieran in at dummy half. Got to sort my clock out once more. It's the bane of my life, this clock, having to do it myself. Nathan Law drives it in, makes a couple of yards after contact as well. Well done there, because it was against Walmsley. That's not easy to do. Wardle over Wigan's 40. 4 tackles gone. O'Neill to Farrimond. Farrimond puts a kick in over the top. Is it going into touch? It is, about 8 yards out. Nice little kick there for the Warriors. Real important game this for both teams. Level on 22 points each. And can't really allow Leeds to get much farther in front than where they are. They're on 28 points now, Leeds. It's going to be a difficult catch-up. Back underway. Saylor brings it in. He's brought down on his own 10. Jackson Hastings in at dummy half. Now it's with Robertson. He tries his luck. He's met by Partington and doesn't get much further than 12 yards out. McDonald in at dummy half. Picks up and goes himself. Breaks the first tackle. Can't get past Ollie Partington and Farriman, but he's still going. Gets up to his own 40. Good run there by McDonald. Over the halfway line now with Jackson Hastings. Adam Kieran's saying that the ball's come loose. And Jackson Hastings is holding his nose, whether he's saying there was a little bit of a high shot coming in. Did look like there was a bit of a swinging arm in the tackle, but on the body it was from Farrimond. And then Adam Kieran came in with a little bit of an elbow, as they do. Not unusual to see that, although it did go down the side of his head, so I'm not sure what they're having a look. No, is it a penalty? We're going up. This referee, we're upstairs again. St Helens are challenging the knock-on. Well, it was a knock-on. It's just whether there was any foul play in the build-up to that knock-on. It was a big hit by Adam Kieran. But Jackson Hastings is hit by Adam Kieran. And as he's falling down, no, nothing wrong with that from Farrimond, and that's where the ball came loose. This will be overturned. Yeah, the swinging arm was on the back of his shoulder, nowhere near his head. So it's just when Adam Kieran came into the tackle, kind of led with nothing wrong with that. Then Adam Kieran comes into the tackle and falls on Hastings as he's on the floor, and his weight made the ball come loose. Whether they're going to say it's a loose carry, place your bets. I think this will be overturned. I don't think it'll be overturned, and I think it'll just be a loose carry knock-on. Although the way my weekend's going with predictions, they'll probably award... I shouldn't have said it, should I? Shouldn't have said it. Challenge successful. Do you know the old saying, if you fell in a barrel of tits, you'd come out sucking your own thumb? That's the kind of weekend I'm having. I couldn't pick my nose at the minute. Not from 4 predictions yesterday. Shocking, Jimmy, shocking. Saints on the attack now down this right-hand side. McDonald driving it in. Almost broke the line there. And Sember with a last-ditch tackle. Clark comes in, dummy half. 4 yards out. Wellesby. Now it's been driven in. Driven in by Clemmer. Hastings, now they're coming down the right-hand side and tackled by Law. He was slipping Saylor there, so he didn't make any yardage. Walmsley kind of stood still when he got that, so he's going to be wrapped up central 10 yards out. 3 tackles gone. Clark spreads it left. It's with Hastings. Now it's with Wellesby in the line. He's wrapped up by Adam Kieran and eventually put down by Farrimond. 4 tackles gone. Loose pass there from Saints. It's picked up by Shorrocks. handed off to Clemmer. No Walmsley's with it. No Sailor into the line. No, it's with Robertson. Wigan have got numbers over on this right-hand side for Saints. So 5th tackle coming up. 11 yards out down the right-hand side. It's with Hastings. He puts a cross-field chipped kick in. Kieran goes up for it, knocks it on. It's picked up by, I think that was Welsby. It was. Welsby's wrapped up, but that'll be scrum head and feed to Saints, I'm pretty sure, because I'm sure it was knocked on by Adam Kieran. We're just having another look at it now. Oh, well, 6 of one and half a dozen of the other that. There was almost 4 hands on that ball simultaneously, so pick the bones out of that one. There's a captain's challenge coming in now from, I'm assuming it's from the Warriors. Well, either way, you know, it's a silly one if Wigan have captain's challenged this, because if the St Helens hand's on it, it's going backwards, so that's play on. And if Adam Kieran has got a hand on it, which it looks like he has, it's a knock on. So it was St Helens who were challenging that, and it is successful again. Yeah, I can't pick anything at the minute, so what I'm going to say tonight is Mexico to beat England. Mexico, they're definitely going to beat England. Let's put the kiss of death on Mexico. So we're back underway. 9:25, right, so with 2 minutes. There we go. The clock's right. Tristan Sailor juggles that ball, keeps hold of it just 10 yards out. Now there's been a tackle off the ball by the Warriors. They're going to be made to pay for these indiscretions, are Wigan, if they carry on, because this pressure now is ramping up for St Helens. I think it was Junior and Sember guilty there. Late contact it was. Don't worry, that'll reappear. And he's gonna take the 2 here. Is Jackson Hastings. Does like a kick, doesn't he, in St Helens? I mean, last time out, Saints absolutely kicked Huddersfield to death, didn't they? At Bradford, sorry. I think he must have had something like, was it 6 penalties, 7 penalties, something. Straight through the middle. First points on the board for St Helens. Right. There we go. Clock's within a second. We'll go with that. So it's going to be Harry Smith to get us back underway. Goes to the right-hand side. Walmsley drives it back in. He gets to about 12 yards out. Met by 4 Wigan players. Hastings in at dummy half. 65% possession for St Helens in this first 13 and a half minutes, 14 minutes. Clemmer drives it in. He's met by a vociferous tackle from Junior and Sember. Do you know, the players, they've got, whether it's because of the, you know, the markings on the pitch, but at certain parts, they all look like they're 3D and floating. It's a little bit off-putting. Oh, pass out of the back of the hand there for St Helens. Then a kick came in. Nathan Lowe then with the tackle. I'm not sure how they're going to say this is a knock on by Law. He did well there. It's going to be the handover. Definitely put his arm out. Got away with one, Wigan there, but we'll take it. Oof. Oh, Adam Kieran's driven that one in. That ball's come out. Somebody flew into the tackle there. I think he's a bit of a marked man, Adam Kieran, from that first play of the game. Clark in at dummy half. Hastings, Walmsley, 10 yards out. Straightens it up, drives it in. Brought down 8 yards out. That's the 0 tackle. So once again, Wigan inviting pressure on from St Helens. Wellesby into the line. Little bit of an offload there to Shane Wright. He slips. McDermott with a tackle. And now Walmsley's dropped it in contact there when Saints had great field position and tackles to go. It wasn't the best pass from Shorrocks, and he didn't take it in cleanly anyway. But let off for the Warriors. Do you know, at the minute, Wigan, you could say they're fortunate only to be 2 down. It's all St Helens. O'Neill dummy half on his own 10, spreads it right to Nsemba. He drives it in. Makes no yardage after contact. In fact, he's pushed back a yard. 2 tackles gone. What can Eckersley do? He drives it up to the 20. O'Neill spreads it left to Wardle, to Havard. He's bounced around like a pinball, but manages to get up to Wigan's 30. Pretty central. Goes to the right-hand side. It's with Cian McDermott. He drives it in. Just inside his own half, Smith will be putting a high kick in. It's down this left-hand side. Taken well by Owen Dagnall there. He was close to the sideline as well. The first thing he does is run back in field. He doesn't want any Wigan players making contact with him anywhere near that sideline, because you know where he's going if they do. 2 tackles gone for Saints on their own 20. Wellesby in at dummy half. Scampers forward himself. Breaks the line. He's coming down this right-hand side. He's got Field there. Field with a good tackle round his legs. Then he lifts him up and dumps into the ground. Good yardage made there, though, by St Helens. They're up to Wigan's 20. It's with Saylor. Thought about putting a kick in there. There's only 3 tackles gone. Shorrocks in at dummy half. Spreads it right to Clemmer. Clemmer goes into contact with Brad O'Neill. Hello. Them two are not getting on, I wouldn't have thought. Wellesby puts a little kick through for himself, but just too much on it, and Field can let that one go behind. So Wigan, once again, get away with that pressure that was put on by St Helens. It was Jake Wardle who couldn't get hold of... Wellesby has been sent to the bin for 10 minutes, and I don't know what for. What on earth has he been sent to the bin for? Why? I don't know why he's gone. So the ball goes dead. He picks the ball up, then he throws it into the crowd, and the referee's done him for throwing the ball into the crowd. Well, I'm not being funny, but I thought this weekend was all about charity, and if the ball went in the crowd and you caught it, you got to keep the ball. Well, all he's done is gone around. He's not thrown it into the crowd in anger. He's just kind of thrown it up so somebody can have the ball, and the referee's gone over, brandishing his yellow card. 10 minutes in the bin. What an absolute prick the referee is. I'm no Wellesby fan. I think him, Jake Connor, and Mikey Lewis are 3 of the biggest wind-up merchants in Super League. I love to watch it, but when you're playing against him, he's a good player as well, which is another reason I'm not his biggest fan. But that's ridiculous, that. No way should he have been getting 10 minutes in the bin. And now Farriman's knocked it on. Matty Peake doesn't look happy with that at all. It was a pass that he had to look for. He had to stretch for it, and as it's in his hands, he's already looking where it's going and what he's doing next instead of making sure he got hold of that ball. Basics first. Yeah, I'm really shocked that Wellesby got put in the bin for that. It can only have been for that because he didn't do anything else. We're back underway with St Helens. Hastings in at dummy half, just inside his own 30. Spreads it left to Robertson. He gets to about 35 yards out. There's four Wigan players wrapping up Robinson there. Doesn't need 4 players when you've got Mago and Havard as 2 of them. Sailor scampers over the halfway line, brought down by Patrick Mago on Wigan's 40. Clark in at dummy half, spreads it left. It's with Shorrocks. Misses Clemmer to Hastings. Hastings breaks the line. Needs support, can't get it, and eventually he's tackled by Jai Field, and the tackle's completed by Brad O'Neill. But how many times are a little chip kick into the corner there, picked up by Farrimond, and then he's tackled in goal by McDonald, so it's going to be a goal line dropout. But how many line breaks are St Helens going to put in on Wigan in this first half? There's 2, maybe 3 I can think of up to now. Can't keep doing that. It's going to be difficult against St Helens without giving them that yardage. Fortunately, neither of the occasions have ended in a try, but big kick that from the goal line dropout, almost to St Helens' own 40, but with the run back, they're almost up to, well, they are on Wigan's 40 now. Clemmer drives it in, he's up to Wigan's 30. 2 tackles gone. Clark, dummy half, central, spreads it left to Shorrocks. Three tackles gone. 15 yards out. Sailor up to the 10. Spreads it to Robertson, but he couldn't take that ball. Jai Field, can he break away? Can he break through? No, he's brought down by Clark. It was an interception by Field. Now Wigan are up to their own 40. Throwing it wide to Farrimond. He's got acres of space to run into. He's got Kieran on his outside. Times a pass well. Kieran's going to be in. Saints are appealing for a forward pass. It was flat. It was flat. And there is the opening try for the Warriors. Adam Kieran's celebration is he pulls the corner post out of the ground and has a nice golf swing there. Looks like he plays a bit. 4 points on the board for the Warriors. There was an appeal straight as soon as the pass out to Kieran was made. There was an appeal from the Saints player straight away that it was forward. Touch judge didn't agree. Referee didn't agree. 9 tries so far this season for Adam Kieran. So it was a pass from Sailor out to Robertson. It bounced off him. He didn't take it cleanly. Picked up by Wardley. He got the offload to Field. Field was brought down by Clark on their own 40. Quick play of the ball. It was floated out to that right-hand side to Farrimond. Over McDonald. He couldn't get involved. And then that final pass out onto the wing to Adam Kieran. It was Dagnall who couldn't get across. We'll give them the 4. That's not going to be chalked off. But don't forget, he's going to have to convert his own try as well now. Hopefully, don't forget, Saints are still down to 10 men. Wellesby in the bin for another 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Kieran takes a breath. 2 steps forward. Strikes it beautifully. Straight through the middle. 6 on the board for the Warriors. I've made a right bollocks of that, haven't I? That's more like it. That's more like it. We've got the clock right as well now. Don't worry, Sky, if you get stuck, just give me a call. You can borrow my graphics. Mago drives it back in from the restart. Oh, Partington's driven it into contact with Robertson, and he put the extra effort in there, and as he did, the ball's come loose. Wigan have knocked on again. We are absolutely, when I say Wigan, it was Clark who put a good shot in on the arm. So in fairness to Partington, he was lining up Robertson and Clark came in from the side. Not doing themselves any favours, all the Warriors here, with these penalties, these errors. Just inviting all of this pressure from St Helens. Last thing you need to be doing. Hastings lays it back to Clark at dummy half. Shorrock, centre field, 10 yards out. He's met by Nsemba and Mago. 2 tackles gone. Clark goes to the right hand side. Offloading the tackle there from Saints. It's down this right hand side now. A little bit of a slip. Smith with a tackle, finished off by Nsemba. Robertson comes in dummy half, 8 yards out. Spreads it left to Clark. Little offload there to Clemmer. Clemmer drives it into the 10. Referee calls held. 4 tackles gone. Shorrocks, 8 yards out. They're going down the left hand side now, Wigan. Now it's reversed. What a beautiful reverse pass back to Jake Davis that was. I think it was Jackson Hastings. He thought he was going to keep the ball going to the left and he didn't. He pivoted and passed. And a lovely try there from St Helens. Bear in mind, they're down to 12 as well. Nothing wrong with that from the Saints, I hate to say. So we're all square. And Hastings, I wouldn't expect him to miss the conversion either from where it is. Oh yeah, beautiful from Hastings that. Completely sold the dummy to, I think it was Ethan Havard. Right, Ollie Partington, apologies Ethan Havard. Ollie Partington was still going to the right. Jackson Hastings had other ideas. As he does his celebration. If that was the robot, it was shocking. Shocking. But at the end of the day, we're here to play rugby league, aren't we? It's a good weekend though for the charity and Betfred. They do put the hand in the pocket. They make enough though, don't they? Definitely. Sailor. Ooh, just. He almost pulled that. Another 2 on the board for Saints. 47 seconds for Wellesby to come before he's back on. In fact, what I'll do is I'll take that card off now because I'll forget once the game gets going. It's only 30 seconds. Smith gets us back underway. That's a high hanging kick taken by Saints on their own goal line. Blimey. Oh my word. Driven in by Delaney and he hit Patrick Mago and just bounced backwards. He didn't move Mago. Up to their own 20 with McDonald. Picked up by Nsemba. Now the referee's done him for lifting, and have they done a lift and tilt? Nsemba, it would just look like a good tackle to me, but once again a penalty given away by the Warriors. Junior Nsemba, he got right underneath him, picked him up, put him on the floor. Did he have hold of his legs or was he? So he's picked him up and then he lets go and drops him to the ground. So can't do that. You can't do that. So Wellesby is coming back on and another penalty given to St Helens. So another boatload of free yardage up to the halfway line. That's where they'll be starting this set of 6 from. Robertson gets us back underway. Sailor keeps it going left. McDonald drives it in. 45 yards out. Just to the right of the post. Dagnall drives it in. Oh, it's that man again. He's run straight into Patrick Mago, and it's the exact same outcome as before. He just bounces backwards off him. Kept hold of the ball, or no histrionics from him or anything like that. Just gets up and plays the ball. Now, have Wigan been done offside here? No. Hastings pulling the strings. Snapped it there though. Poor pass. Still, Saints keep hold of possession though. That's with number 12, Shane Wright. Tristan Saylor brings it in. Gets an offload as he's tackled round the legs. It's picked up by McDonald. For a big bloke, he's jinking and jiving. He's up to Wigan's 10. He's finally brought down with Mago and O'Neill in the tackle. Fifth tackle, Hastings on the 10, coming down the right-hand side. Saylor, can he put a little kick through? No, he gets an offload out the back to Robertson. Robertson will be wrapped up there. That'll be the handover, but Wigan will be starting 4 yards out down this left-hand side. You can see what Saints will be doing now. They'll be flying up. They are straight up into Wigan's face. Nathan Law makes about half a yard, if that. Harry Smith, dummy half. What can Zach Eckersley do? Gets to over the 10. He's met by Shorrocks. He's still going. Eventually, he's brought down about 18 yards out. Smith spreads it right to Adam Kieran into the line. He ploughs it in there. Makes a beeline for Darryl Clark. Gets up to the 30. 3 tackles gone, though. Now it's Ethan Havard up to the 40. Spins out of the first part of the tackle, but he's finally brought down by McDonald. Wigan over the halfway line just with Harry Smith. He's going to be wrapped up, but we want him on the ball really, so Farriman's going to have to do some kicking work here. Farriman on halfway, puts a high kick into this left hand corner. Wellsby's going to take it 5 yards out, no problem. Now he runs back at Junior and Sember, and Harry Smith keeps hold of the ball. That's where Saints will be starting from, 12 yards out. Now the referee said, what's he given here? Wellsby as... So Wellsby's on the floor, gets up. He's played the ball sideways instead of backwards. That's just lazy, that, from Wellsby, or a loss of concentration. But he played the ball sideways with his foot instead of backwards. Now it's St Helens' turn to invite pressure. Havard drives it in. 6 yards out, left of the post. Now it's going to the right hand side. It's straightened up by Mago. He's trying to break the Saints line. He's still going. He's brought down a yard short. Brad O'Neill comes in at dummy half, just to the right of the post. Smith. Field. Dummies. Comes back inside. Wrapped up by Dagnall. 3 tackles gone. We're going to try to work it down the right hand side. It's with Cade Ellis. He's not sure what to do, so he just head down runs forward. 7 yards out, central. Now Saints have been done for offside. That would have been the 4th tackle as well, so Saints have done Wigan a massive favour there. Another set of 6 to come. I think it was Hastings who flew out the line, and he was a good 3 yards offside there. Mago drives that one in. He kind of held on the 10-yard line. Referee calls held. Brad O'Neill to the right to Ellis, 5 yards out. McDonald with the first contact, brought down 4 yards out, right under the post. O'Neill goes left, it was with Smith. Wardle knocked backwards, picked up by Law. He's wrapped up by Dagnall. Oh. Not sure what he was doing there, delaying it. Law's tackled, and then there's a flop from Delaney. Didn't need to do that. Another penalty to Wigan. Are they going to take the 2 and level things up? No, they're going to drive this ball in with Nsemba. He's stopped on the 10. Left of the post. Brad O'Neill in at dummy half. Runs central. Now it's with Havard. As soon as he takes control of that ball, he's wrapped up by McDonald. Wigan set restart again for Wigan. Now it's St Helens, guilty of inviting more pressure. Can Wigan make it tell though? 12 yards out, it's Mago. He knows only one thing, doesn't he, really? Hopefully. Don't try passing it. Not the best at passing. And O'Neill almost scampers over the line. He's over the line. Can he twist and pull that ball round? No. Davis gets a good tackle in on him. It's a good job Davis was there, because he kept going, did Brad O'Neill there. Referee stops play. There's Darryl Clark's got claret coming out of his bugle. Blood injury. Right, let's stop this clock. 33:39. Do you know, these players all this weekend really have done so well to deal with the heat. I mean, I'm sat in my chair, I've got my fan going, yeah, there's lights on, but I'm sweating like a good one. Darryl Clark's going off. He's going to have to get that sorted out. Stormzy WP says, hi, how you doing? Well, I'm doing all right, Stormzy. I am doing all right. Wigan are still in this game, somehow. But the rest of my results this weekend in the Super League, absolute shocking. Absolute shocking. 0 for 4 from yesterday. Ethan Havard's gone off as well with a blood injury. Something, yeah, that's coming out of his nose. He's just back after a fractured cheekbone, was it? Loose pass there. Stormzy says that's nice. Good to have you in live chat. Thanks for joining me. Anyone else who wants to send me a message in live chat, please do. Otherwise, it's just me talking at you. I'm more than happy to do that. Wigan coming down the left-hand side. Got the overlap there. Nathan Law, he's going to go into touch here. He's got 4 or 5. Yeah, he does. He's got 4 or 5 Saints players around him. Referees, is he saying he called held? Because there was Wigan players got into that tackle, so that should be when it's held, because Jake Wardle was in there. Stormzy says, I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. No doubt you've got some nice weather as well there, mate. And what's that? Ulias Lacomo. I'm from Lecce, South Italy. Very nice, mate. Very nice. Love Italy. Absolutely love it. Stormzy says, I'm a rugby union fan, Springboks and Stormers supporter. What league club should I support? I was thinking of supporting Perth Bears, but I don't know. No, you need to support a team in the Super League. That would be the Wigan Warriors, mate. The Wigan Warriors. And your fiercest rivals will be the team that we're playing today, the St Helens. South African Rugby Union. Oof, you've got some mutants playing that game, haven't you? Frankie James says, I'm UK. Hello, everyone. Who was a South African Rugby Union player? Always used to talk in the third person. Was it called Baki Bother or something like that? Heard some cracking stories about him. Always used to talk about himself in the third person. You know, if he was on the pitch now, he'd be saying to his teammates, "Oh, Backy's tired," but he'll pull through. You know, one of them. Frankie James says it's actually sunny here today. It is. It's Scorchio down in Devon. Oh, Nathan Law's going off for Wigan. I saw him scream when that tackle came in. Whether he's got... It's this number 5 position again for the Wigan Warriors. We've got Marshall out with a long-term injury, hamstring. We've got Noah Hodkinson. He's out with a fractured skull. Expected to be back in 4 weeks. And now Nathan Law, who's come in as... Oh, what a shame for the poor lad. Not what we want to see at all. Not what we want to see. So he's got his opportunity today. He's done all right as well, and now he's going off. That looks like it could be a long-term injury, just dragging his leg. Yeah, he's going to need some help with the stretcher though. As soon as that tackle came in and Saints tried pushing him over the sideline, you could see him in the tackle screaming out in pain. So I'm not sure what went on there. But I'm not saying anything nefarious, but it must have got caught under him and somebody's weight's gone on it or something like that. We're back underway. Stormzy says, the only player I know is Junior Nsemba from Wigan. Yeah, he's a mutant as well, isn't he? He's only going to get bigger. As 21 years old, I think he is. He's a big old unit. So we've got 5 minutes to go now before half time. Wigan need to get in with it no worse than this scoreline if they can. Have a little bit of a reset now. So if it's going to be Field will come across, won't he, to I'm assuming he's going to have cover for Nathan Lowe, who's gone off. Wardle drives it in up to Wigan's 40. And Nsemba drives it in. Oh my word, and that Shorrocks who's gone down took a clatter into the head. Harry Smith points to him, he's still on his knees as well. Field finally brought down by Robertson, 45 yards out, 4 tackles gone. Nearly 36 minutes on the clock. Now it's with Shea O'Connor. You won't miss him. Bright ginger, man after my own heart. Smith puts a high kick in from the 40 down this left-hand side. It's going to be taken on the 10 and absolutely clattered by Nsemba and Ollie Partington. Kept hold of the ball as well. Stay down there, son. They went in full flat chat like 2 Exocet missiles targeting. I couldn't see who it was for St Helens, but they clattered him at the same time. They just now, whoever it is, they're the physio straight on. Don't move your head. All the protocols will come into place, and rightly so. But one absolute clattering by two of Wigan's most powerful players, Junior Nsemba and Ollie Partington. It was Owen Dagnall. He's still on the floor. He looks like he's had an elevator fall on his head. He's sat up now, which is a good sign. But when he was sitting up there, it's almost like his head was still in his shoulders. Just letting it. Hopefully he'll just come round. They'll HIA him and he'll be fine to continue in the second half. But he kept hold of that ball. But boy, they didn't miss. It was teed up perfectly. As soon as he took possession, Nsemba and Partington, they just absolutely steamrolled over him. It was like a comedy sketch. You know, if you see the old black and white movies where there's a punch-up in a bar, in a saloon, and someone will hit someone, they'll fly backwards and skitter along the floor. That's what we've just seen there with Dagnall from that hit with Junior and Nsemba and Ollie Partington. Stormzy says, what are your predictions for the World Cup, both FIFA and Rugby League? Oh, hang on a minute, that's gone on report now. My predictions, Stormzy, I'm having a shocker at the minute, mate, but I'll give you my predictions for the World Cup. It's probably going to be, you're going to be looking at France, aren't you, I would say. I'd say you're looking at France. Obviously, England is still in it. They've got to be in with a chance. Going to be a big order, though, tonight, playing in the Azteca with that altitude. I don't know if my son was winding me up, but he said the England players have been given permission to take Viagra to help with blood flow because of the altitude. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I can think of an issue with that. You want to be concentrating on the football, not running around with a boner. And for the Rugby League World Cup, yeah, it's going to be hard, isn't it? It's going to be the usual suspects. It's going to be probably, you've got to look at Australia, aren't you, if you're realistic. I can't see past Australia. Unless they have an absolute shocker. Just trying to see what's going on here with the referee now. What is going on? I couldn't tell you at the minute because we're not restarting, so they're probably just providing more medical assistance and it's near the pitch or something. Stormzy says, yeah, I want England versus New Zealand final for the Rugby League World Cup. Australia wins it too much. They do, mate. But it's probably going to be New Zealand and Australia. Unless England do something extraordinary. That's why, because we've now got Nathan Lowe going off on a stretcher. That's what it is. They were treating him. Doesn't look good. It probably looks like he's broken a leg or something. They've got the oxygen out. It looks like they've been using that as well. So what a shame for the poor lad. Oh, dear me. Never rains it pours with injuries, but it's that kind of game, isn't it? Frankie James says England, they'll be falling over. Not our rugby league players. Stormzy, in what's the rugby league scene like in South Africa? Is it non-existent? Is it pretty much 99% rugby union, or is there a... That's a forward pass by St Helens. Got away with one there. Kick comes in on the last from their own 40 from Hastings, picked up by Field on his own 10. Short pass inside to Wardle. Wardle drives it in, gets up to his own 20. Tom Humphries has come on for St Helens. Eckersley drives it in. Farrimond in at dummy half, spreads it right to Kieran. Kieran up to the 30, little step to his left, makes another 5 yards. 3 tackles gone. George O'Shea. He drives it in. Shea O'Connor. George O'Shea. That's because I'm thinking about George Lachlan. We could have done with him today now. And who's that gone down on the floor? That's not looking good for Cade Ellis. He's on his haunches. Now that ball's come loose. Now the kick comes in from Farrimond. Taken on their own 10 by Jacob Douglas. Kieran puts the tackle in. Referee says that's fine. Wellesby floats one to his right hand side to Robertson. He's got a little bit of room, but the touchline wasn't his friend there. Junior and Semba was there as well. Shane Wright drives it in. Up to his own 20. Tom Humphries just keeps it going to the left. Hastings, what's he holding? Taylor Kerr was on. I thought he was holding his hamstring then. He wasn't. That's all right for St Helens. Just 90 seconds to go. Humphries in at dummy half. Hastings with a kick in from his own 30. That lands on the 20. Taken by Jake Wardle. He drives it back. He's met by Clemmer. Stormzy says rugby union is an absolute monster here in South Africa. Basically, rugby league is non-existent. Rugby league is growing slowly in the city of Pretoria. When you think of the rugby, it could be an absolute monster rugby league nation as well, couldn't it, South Africa? Take a few years once they get up and running, but blimey. So it's got to be... Stormzy, is it the number one sport in South Africa even above football? Is it rugby union and then football and then cricket? Or what sort of state, what's your top 3 in what order? Smith puts a kick in, 45 yards out. Saylor takes it, Wardle's there and he's wrapped up. Stormzy said, fun fact, most of the South African Rugby League players are Australians that have South African backgrounds. Blimey. Stormzy says number 1 is soccer stroke football. O'Connor with a ball steal, doesn't matter. The final hooter has gone. End of the first half. Saints have that 2-point lead. St Helens 8, Wigan 6. Stormzy says South Africa top 3 is number 1 football, number 2 rugby union, and number 3 cricket. See, I think over in the UK, I'm pretty sure if I said it's football, then it's cricket, then it's rugby. But that's union and league. I'm pretty sure that's how it would work. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Right, let's reset that. We're good to go. Let's have a few tunes for half time. It's a sunny day. Whoa, blimey. It is a warm one. Everybody staying up tonight to watch England. 1 o'clock kick-off. Yeah, the very first tackle of this game, there was a real schmozzle. We're just seeing it again as everybody goes in. Let's have a quick look at these league standings now, the live league standings. So at the top, no surprise, Leeds winning today comfortably against Bradford. I called that one. You didn't have to be Stephen Hawkins to get that one right though, did you? Leeds running out comfortable, 50 points to 16 winners. Top of the table now on 28 points. Second place, still Warrington. That's despite the defeat yesterday to, let's say, Lee returning to form. Not a resurgent Lee returning to form. They ran out 24 points to 6 winners. Lots of injury issues for Warrington, but that's not Lee's fault, and they take the 2 points. Warrington's still in second place on 24 points, though. Wakefield had that good win over Castleford, 48 points to 6. And Hull KR, do you know, Hull FC, they had opportunities in that game. Hull FC, Hull KR, they had opportunities in that game, did Hull FC, and they kind of blew it. I expected them to take the points in that one. Didn't happen though, so that 2 points means that Hull KR are now sitting 4th on 22 points. They have still got that game in hand though, as have Warrington. And in 5th place at the moment it's Wigan, and 6th place is St Helens. Obviously that could change because all three, Hull KR, Wigan and St Helens, all on 22 points. That was an important win yesterday for the Lee Leopards. It moves them up to 20 points, so just 2 off that last playoff spot. Then you've got a little bit of a gap to Catalan. I think that's going to be a bridge too far this season. So the top 6 positions in this Super League for 2026 are going to be between 7 teams. One of these 7 is going to miss out. It's not going to be Leeds, it's not going to be Warrington, not going to be Wakefield. It looks like it's going to be between Lee, as it stands, Lee, St Helens and OKR. And you've got Wigan in there. One of them 4 is going to miss out unless Wakefield go on an absolutely abysmal run and Warrington do. I can't see that somehow. So it's my guess is that it's going to be just a bridge too far for Lee. I think the top 6 as it is now will stay the same top 6, not necessarily in that order, but I don't think there's an opportunity for Lee to pop themselves into the playoffs. Stormzy says, what's it like in England with Union and League being really popular? Stormzy says, I know the North is big with League and the South is big with Union. I think at least, no, you're absolutely spot on, mate. You are absolutely spot on. I mean, I live in the south of England in Devon, and it's all rugby union down here. And there's a couple of rugby league teams, from Exeter and surrounding, you know, that do play rugby league. But down here, it's mainly rugby union. Once you go north of Birmingham, you're getting into rugby league territory, and Lancashire and Yorkshire is basically where most of the rugby league teams come from. You've got the northeast, you know, you've got a little bit of rugby union up in the north. You know, you did have Sale and Newcastle, but the majority of rugby union is down south. And obviously, although it's in the English League, we've got two French sides in the Super League. So we've got Toulouse Olympique and the Catalan Dragons. So it's growing, and it needs, in my opinion, it needs overhauling. I always go on about it, and I have a real gripe about the wage cap. I understand why it's there, because you don't want teams like I support Wigan, but they don't want Wigan having the money, being able. Darcy Shanley says, when does the second half come on? Second half will be in about another 8 to 10 minutes, mate. Yeah. If you want to go and get yourself a cup of tea and a sandwich, you've got plenty of time. Thanks for joining me in live chat, by the way, Darcy. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought now as well. Oh, that's what I was talking about, the wage cap. Yeah, the wage cap. You can't have teams like the bigger teams like a Wigan who get 15,000, I think their average crowd is. Some of the other crowds are around 8,000, some lower than that, 3,000 and what have you. So that automatically tells you that there's more of an income coming in, probably commercially as well, for the Wigan Warriors. So to give it some fairness, and it has worked. It has worked. You know, the salary cap that comes in. Cheers, pal. The salary cap that comes in has levelled things up on Super League, because back in the 80s it used to be Wigan winning every week, winning everything. Not good for the sport. You know, you need more competition. But Frankie James says, hi Darcy. So this wage cap was brought in. But where the wage cap, I'm going to go off, I do know the figures, I just can't remember. I think it's £2.5 million, the wage cap per team per season. In Darcy says, okay, thank you. In Australia, the wage cap's something like 12.5 million. You know, so there's a vast gulf in what the teams in Super League can pay as a complete salary, and how can we compete then with the Australians? You know, the NRL. You can't. So you end up getting not a brain drain, but you know, the better players, it's their career, they'll go where the money is, won't they? And then does your game, I think your game starts falling behind, and we're falling behind the Australians as well. Yes, we can compete, but our game is falling behind somewhat. And the other issue I've got is, I don't think that salary cap in the Betfred Super League, it's not been increased for something like 5 years. Can't do that. Absolutely ridiculous. And you have your marquee players who obviously command a higher salary, which means when you get young players coming through, like Nathan Law's come through today. I mean, looking at our bench, we've got Shea O'Connor, we've got George Marsden, who's not in the squad today. How are these players supposed to get a decent salary for the job that they're doing, a decent salary, when the majority of your salary gets taken up by your marquee players? You're not going to entice talent into the sport from an early age, because unless you're an absolute die-hard rugby league fan, you're going to go and play football, aren't you? You're going to go where the money is. Everybody wants to be a footballer when they're young. Why do you want to be a footballer? Oh, I want the money. Not, I want a career as a footballer. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of the youngsters, they'll just say, I want the money. So how are we going to entice youngsters and talent into this game? Well, you can start off by increasing a salary cap that's not been increased for the last 5 years. There's ways they get around it a little bit, but they've tightened down on that, you know, where you can employ wives or family and give them a really good wage. You know, or you buy them a house, or you give them a car, or you give them perks, or, you know, but it's not as easy as it used to be. The authorities have kind of cottoned onto that one, but it definitely needs increasing. I'm not saying you've got to go crazy, Because when you look at these teams, you look at the likes of Catalan, you look at the likes of Toulouse Olympique, you look at the likes of Bradford. We've all seen the problems that Bradford have had. I mean, they were a massive club, weren't they, in the 90s? Huge. Then the financial troubles hit. It all goes tits up, and now they're back in Super League, but it took them a long time, all them financial troubles. So the last thing that we want is teams going out of business because they're having to borrow and try and compete. We don't want that, but we do need an increase in that salary cap, even if it's two and a half million, not increased for the last 5 years. So let's do, what's inflation? Call it 4%. You know, do an increase of something like 30%, 40% in the salary cap. It definitely needs looking at. Back to live chat. Stormzy says, for club Stormers, their average is around 30k. But if it's knockouts or rivalry games, it's around 50k plus. I mean, 30k is a good. That's pretty damn good, isn't it? Stormzy says, thank you for the information about league. Much appreciated. You're more than welcome, mate. Thanks for joining me in live chat. I appreciate that. Harv OP says, loving the coverage, Jimmy. How are Wigan performing? Well, Wigan are performing. They are relying on last-ditch tackles and mistakes from St Helens. That's the best way that I can describe this, because in that first half, there's been 3-4 line breaks from St Helens. Both teams have been getting into each other, as you would expect. They don't like each other, do they? That's just the way of it. And Nathan Law for the Warriors, standing in at number 5 for Noah Hodkinson, who was standing in for Liam Marshall. He's gone off. It looks like he's broke his leg to me, his ankle. Not looking too good. But there's only 2 points in it. So as you can see, St Helens 8, Wigan 6. But I think in that first half, St Helens, for the first 25 minutes, it was all St Helens. They had all of the possession pretty much, but Wigan came into it, and Wigan got their try when St Helens were down to 10 men. Willsby getting sent off for throwing the ball into the crowd, not with any malice, just throwing it in the crowd. You're not allowed to do it, but part of the magic weekend is that if you're in the crowd and you take a catch on you catch the ball on the full, you get to keep the ball and take it home. So I think that's why he just threw it in. And yeah, the referee said, you can't do that, son. You're having 10 minutes in the bin. You can argue the toss whether it's right or wrong. For me, it's wrong. It's a lot this weekend about charity, isn't it? And I think that's why he just sent the ball into the crowd. Stormzy said, the first game I watched of league was South Africa versus the Cook Islands last year, but it wasn't live. It was the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Yeah, I'm looking forward. Do you know, it's when we get the World Cup later this year, it's an odd one. I'm hoping it's going to bring a lot more viewers into rugby league, but the way that it's set up, because obviously you've got your main nation. So let's say you've got Australia, you've got New Zealand, you've got England. Then you get teams like that are not really rugby league nations, and it's not competitive. You know, they do have a national rugby league team, or else they wouldn't be at the World Cup. But the domestic game is not that strong. So what they do, they kind of have it so that I can't even explain how it's going to work. But you have the round robin matches, but they have it so that you don't sort of get Australia in one group with 3 other teams that they're just going to absolutely crucify. New Zealand in another group, they're going to crucify everyone. England in another group, they're going to beat everyone. So they don't do it like that. There's odd ways that the round robin is done, which is it looks a little bit to me almost like, you know, in Formula 1 where they've now got the DRS or the overtake button, because ultimately nobody could overtake each other really because of the aerodynamics. So they kind of brought it in as a a bit of a gimmick to make it more entertaining, for more overtaking. Well, with the rules for the Rugby League, for the World Cup final, they've kind of engineered it so it's a bit more exciting for the round robin games and that. So it's not put together in its purest form. It's a manufactured league system. You'll still get the cream coming to the top, but it just makes it a little bit more competitive, shall we say. Stormzy says, what do you think about next year's 2027 Rugby World Cup, Rugby Union? Can't wait, mate. Can't wait. I'm not as big a Rugby Union fan, and I don't understand the nuances of it as much. And I don't understand the nuances of Rugby League. I've never played Rugby League. You regulars will have heard me say this before. I went training twice when I was about 13, 14, Rugby League, and it just wasn't for me. I was more interested in not getting clattered and self-preservation than actually playing the game. So you've just got to leave it to them who are quite happy to get clattered in the pursuit of winning. But so that's why I take my hat off to. I've never played Rugby Union. My son has. He played for Newton Abbott, but so I've never played Rugby Union either. But I'm just an avid fan of the Wigan Warriors, and I don't know the nuances about all of the positions on the field and all this jazz like the hardcore fans. I don't, but I do like watching it and I like covering it. And it is something that I love watching as a game as well, because even if, oftentimes football, if you've not got skin in the game, it's a little bit shit sometimes. It's just dull. But Rugby Union, no skin in the game between two teams, you're still getting a good spectacle 99% of the time. We're just going round now, people dancing. Now they're finally on, realising they're on. Well, them two look like they've had a few beers, them St Helens fans enjoying themselves. Great atmosphere this Magic weekend. All the games played at Everton's Hill Dickinson Stadium. It's moved from the northeast. We used to play at Newcastle, didn't we? Not this year. So it's been an absolute fantastic. I think we'll be back next year. Everything I've heard about the stadium and the location has been just really positive. So I'm pretty sure that we will be back at the Hill Dickinson next season. This is another gripe I've got. It sounds like I'm a morning old git, doesn't it? But do you know, they like for this Magic weekend, they like putting teams like together for Hull FC, Hull KR, because it's a rivalry. You got Leeds Bradford, you've got Wigan Saints. But when you play home and away over the season, that's how it works. But when you come to the Magic weekend, if you were Wigan, you'd want to be playing somebody like, at the minute, you'd want to be playing somebody like Huddersfield, although Huddersfield beat Wigan at home, but the bottom of the league. But you'd want to be playing somebody who's, I don't want to be disrespectful, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but someone who's a bit crap at the minute. You'd sooner be playing them than have to be playing your fiercest rivals. We're going to be back underway any second now. It's going to be Wigan kicking from left to right, so I better get my clock ready. Matty Pete's coming down from, and we're underway. Wigan get us underway. He's had a concerned look on his face, Matty Pete, there. Oh my word, Delaney runs it back in. He's met by Adam Kieran and Mason. Some big hits coming in straight away here from the Warriors, trying to set the tone for this second half, because the first half wasn't good enough from the get-go, really. So this intensity now, whether they were trying to save a little bit of energy in that first half, I doubt it. But both sets of players have done really well with the heat from every game this season. Well, I thought he was offside there, Shea O'Connor, but no, he got away with it, standing at marker. Hastings puts a kick in from the halfway line. It's Jaifield, takes it 12 yards out. He's got three Saints players, keeps hold of it, bearing down on him. Wardle from dummy half takes it himself, makes about 8 yards, brought down by Tristan Saylor. 2 tackles gone, and there's a player gone down holding his nose there from St Helens. I think there might have been, it's Dagnall, I think there might have been a collision as he was as somebody was trying to get up off the floor. I think they've headbutted him. Accidental, nothing bad in it. Good ground made there by O'Connor, up to the 40. Smith's going to be putting a kick in on his own 40 just inside. No chance for 40-20 because it's going to go under the post. Hits the post, so it's picked up by Wellesby. He's up to the 10. 15 yards out, that's where Saints will be starting from. Oh, there was an elbow there from Jake Wardle. He needs to be careful doing that. Could well get his collar felt for that retrospectively, Jake Wardle. He swung his arm round because he was trying to get up and he hit Dagnall right in the eye with intent and force. Nothing's come of it yet, but it might do retrospectively. Dagnall in at dummy half. Douglas, sorry, in at dummy half. Trying to come down the right hand side now, St Helens. Robertson brought down by Sember and Smith. Dagnall he's still running round now like that with his eye closed. I'm not surprised as well. He didn't miss Jake Wardle. That kick's been put in. It just went up in the air. Farriman's going to have to kick that one dead. Kick it. Well, how's he got away? No, he's knocked it on now. What an absolute shambles of... What a shambles all round from Wigan there. So it was a kick through came in from St Helens. Field didn't take it cleanly because it was number 15, George Delaney, who put him under pressure. Then Farriman in his own goal lines kicking the ball about like he's running towards the sideline playing football. And it finally goes out of play. So we're going upstairs now because I don't think the referee's going to understand how to restart this. I think the original knock-on was by St Helens. Captain's challenge coming in from Wigan. I think it was Dagnall who put a knock-on in initially when Field was going to take possession of that ball. So everybody to the left is on side. Then you've got George Delaney who's going to put a tackle in on Jai Field who's coming across. They kind of get there almost simultaneously. Then it's knocked on by Dagnall. I'm not sure what... I think this might be inconclusive as well, which is always a problem when you put a captain's challenge in. So that ball's coming through. There's so many variants in this captain's challenge. So the ball's coming across now. You're going to have Jai Field coming into shot and Dagnall. Delaney, sorry. I thought he knocked on. Now, well, are they trying to say that there was a high shot there on Jai Field? I don't think there was. There might have been some contact, but it was purely running for the ball. Oof. I don't know how they're going to... We could be here sometime, ladies and gents. Let's... I better pause my clock. 42:46. That's where we're up to. I think they're going to take the easy option out here and give it a captain's challenge successful for Wigan. A high shot, it'll be a penalty. Because if you go further on than there, we'd be here for another 2 or 3 hours. Why? Yeah, successful. Because then trying to work out how you restart the game from what Farriman was doing behind his own goal line, was there a high shot? He was sliding into it, nothing too bad from Delaney. He's got a shiner as well on his left eye. We're back underway. Kieran, from his own 40, drives it up towards the halfway line, met by Hastings. That ball's come loose now. And it's been given us a knock on. He did have a loose carry. He got his ball carrying arm in an awful position there, did Adam Kieran. And it's come loose on the halfway line. So once again, Wigan, they get that free yardage in the first play. We give possession back to a St Helens side that will make you pay. I mean, it's a tight ball game, and St Helens are not exactly firing on all cylinders either, but they do look a little bit more dangerous going forward than Wigan at the moment. So, scrum head and feed, Robertson over the halfway line, trying to find some space, he can't do it. Met by Brad O'Neill, Taylor Kerr in the tackle there with O'Shea as well. Clark in at dummy half, spreads it left. Delaney drives it in. O'Connor with a good tackle. 35 yards out. Horst, Jacob Horst, he drives it forward. He's met by Ethan Havard. 25 yards out, trying to come down the right hand side now. Wellesby in the line, picked up by Partington, dumped on the ground. There was no difference in that tackle there from Partington from what Junior and Sember put in earlier on. Yet Junior and Sember's was a penalty, that one's not. I think the players all they'll ever ask for is consistency, and we didn't get it there. I'm glad, but no consistency. Coming down the right hand side, St Helens, Robertson's in at the corner. No, he's not, he's wrapped up. Ooh, so that'll be the hand over to Wigan. He was wrapped up by Jake Wardle, got underneath him as well. I thought he was going to sneak a long arm out. And Sember saying, come on, I want to get going. Referee's taking a breather himself, I think. 10 yards out, O'Neill dummy half, spreads it right to Eckersley. He drives it in, he's met by Farrell. He's met by Clark. The heat's getting to me as well, guys, apologies. O'Shea drives it in, makes some good yardage as well after contact. 25 yards out, Brad O'Neill, one-handed pickup, spreads it left. Partington drives it forward. If his name was Ellis. Oh, I'm having a shocker. Farrimond puts a kick in over the top, looking for a 40-20. It's not going to get there. It's kept in by number 26, Jacob Douglas. He comes back infield. He doesn't want to be anywhere near that sideline. Saints will be starting on their own 10. McDonald trying to get up to the 20. He's going lateral now. He is at the 20. Still going. Gets over the 20. Good run there from the number 25 for St Helens. Made about an extra 10 yards and he should have done. Driven in by Owen Dagnall. Brought down by Smith. Robertson on his own 40. Central. Now it's driven in once again by Jacob Horst. 4 tackles gone. Hastings on the halfway line. Wellesby over the halfway line. 5th tackle coming up for Saints. Just outside Wigan's 40. Hastings, central. Puts a high kick in. Down the left hand side. Underneath it's Jai Field. Takes it on his own 10 yard line. Brings it forward. Nice and safely. We're going to be starting from deep inside their own half. Farrimond in at dummy half. Spreads it left to Eckersley. Now St Helens have been pinged for offside. More free yardage coming from the Warriors. Let's hope we make use of that free yardage. Last time we got up to the halfway line and straight away first play got loose carry by Adam Kieran and we give possession back to Saints. Looking in live chat. And Stormzy says, I'm going to go now. Hope you have a good day and let's hope Wigan wins. I'll subscribe because why not? That's the attitude, mate. Also, check out the cricket we've got coming up, Stormzy, if you've not already gone. Lots of things coming up with the cricket as well. So keep an eye out for that one. Over the 40 for Wigan. Taylor Kerr, over the 30. Wigan throwing it around well. Quickly in at dummy half is Farrimond. He spreads it left to Kerr. Bouncing through the Saints line. Gets inside the 10. Pretty central. 4 tackles gone. O'Neill in at dummy half. Spreads it right. Ooh. Shea O'Connor had visions of glory there. Trying to bulldoze his way through the line. A little chip kick comes in for Jai Field. Picked up by Wellesby. Wellesby's pushed over the dead ball line. It'll be a goal line dropout. This is a little bit better for the Warriors. Frankie James says, take care, Stormzy. What's everybody thinking? Put it in live chat. Can Wigan pull a rabbit out of the hat here and take the 2 points today? It's really important for both of these teams that they need the 2 points, especially with Leeds. pulling away at the top. Oh my word! Oh, O'Connor. Now there's a little bit of schmozzle. It's off. They're all in. Here we go. Here we go. It started with just absolute no foul play. O'Connor went into the contact. I'm not sure which St Helens player it was in. They both went into contact, full commitment, bounced off each other, and then it was other people coming in afterwards. So he went in full chat. Here's my career. Oh, and it was that man, number 15, George Delaney, once again, who got sat down. Then Brad O'Neill's in, taking exception. Taylor Kerr's in, then everybody's in. It's just, it was like the Wild West in there. Not like the first opening seconds. There was no one really getting to. Oh my word, what a hit that was. When I do the recap on tomorrow, there'll be tomorrow or Tuesday, there'll be a highlights video of all what's gone on over the weekend. That should be in there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now Farriman's in there. He's having a go with Jackson Hastings. He's getting his shirt ripped off him. There's plenty of claret flowing, but that's not from this. That's from previous impacts. This is why we love rugby league, is it not? It's the skill on short with absolute just brutality and bravery. There's no other way to describe it. It's a brutal sport. Now Hastings in. He's getting another chat from the referee and Harry Smith. Sort it out, boys. Tell him to sort it out. All right. Oh, he's just gone like that. I'm having no more, so I'm assuming he's saying this is my red line anymore, and one of yous is going. Oh, commitment, absolute, and he kept hold of it. Only just though did O'Shea, but absolute commitment driving that ball forward. Oh, and Delaney, he just didn't. He didn't shirk his responsibilities. But then afterwards, it was Darryl Clark and Brad O'Neill who were starting, who started the shenanigans afterwards. Probably wanted a bit of a breather. He's in again, he's O'Shea. Oh, my, O'Connor, O'Shea, O'Connor. Oh, dear me, and now Wigan have knocked it on. Taylor Kerr, Matty Pete can't believe it. Oh, dear me. Every time they get in decent field position, and it's off again. Wellesby's trying to cause trouble now with Taylor Kerr. Wellesby's already been in the bin for 10. Send him for another 10. Give him 20 this time. Cool him off. Who's... What? Oh, you can't send him off into the bin for that. It was just a good tackle. Then there was a little bit of a... Brad O'Neill's in the bin for Wigan. He gave him a bit of a... Not a facial, because his head was turned the other way, but a bit of contact to the back of his head when he was on the floor. So now it's his turn to have a little bit of a rest. Just what Wigan needed, that. And now Wellesby's going in the bin as well for pushing and trying to instigate it afterwards. He spent 20 minutes in the bin. As Wellesby. I know it's warm, but come on. You can't just keep getting 10 minutes in the bin to cool off yourself. So now both teams down to 12 players. Wow, I'm going to have to adjust my fan. Woo! Oh, Wellesby's having a go at somebody now on the sideline as well. He's not happy. Shut up, you little pussy. (51:11). There we go. The clock's back. We're back right with the clock. Well, we've not had much scoring today, but it's certainly been eventful. Wigan 6, St Helens 8. Saints on Wigan's 30. Central, 4 tackles gone. Clark from dummy half. scampers himself because O'Connor wasn't standing square, so he couldn't get involved. Now Darryl Clark's gone down. Yeah, his nose has gone again, as Darryl Clark. So he's on the floor holding it. Let's just pause this clock. Was there any... Oh, he got plenty of claret coming out of that. It was Taylor Kerr. He bent. And then Clark's running with a big clog of, looks like cotton wool, hanging out of his nose in the tackle. That's flown out into the air. I'm not sure what's gone on here. Can't be a penalty. Keir McDermott, yeah, his bandage has flown out, and now it's starting bleeding again, his nose. And they've got a penalty now, St Helens. Paul Rowley, right in front of the post, 15 yards out. I'd kick that with my eyes closed. He's going like that. They're going to take the 2 St Helens. Why on earth that's been given as a penalty? Absolute shambles. Now he's got another big... It looks like a big Tampax sticking out of his nose. You know, it literally looks like it could be. Oh, hang on. No, it can't have been, because we've just restarted. Paul Rowley's going like that for 2. Well, they hadn't given a penalty, so he fooled me. So Wigan back in possession now. So, yeah, I'm going to say you can't give a penalty just because his Tampax flew out of his nose. Right, Wardle up to Wigan's 20. 3 tackles gone. And Sember driving it towards the 30. Met by Clark. Robertson's in there. And Sember's grabbing hold of Robertson's chin strap, trying to get some leverage. He's still going forward. Now there's a player gone down on the floor holding their ankle. I'm not sure if that's Clark. There's room on the right hand side here for Wigan over the halfway line. Kieran to Eckersley. He's got Sailor to beat. A pass inside to Jaifield. Go under the post. Go on, keep going. Gives it a nice one of them. Dive under the post. Gives it one of them with a bow and arrow. That's 4 points on the board for Wigan. And there's also a Saints player. I think it might be Clark on the floor. Not holding his bugle this time, but his ankle. God. I say this every time we do a live stream. Are you not entertained when it comes to rugby league? If there's a better sport in the world than this that's more entertaining, you tell me what it is. Darryl Clark's in some real pain there as well. He's done his ankle. He's got claret pouring out of his nose. It looks like he's been run over by a truck and now he's got a bad ankle. I think the ankle's going to mean he's going off, and that's probably him done. Right, we're up to 53-53. So that's going to be another 4 points on the board for the Warriors, giving them a 10 points to 8 lead, and it'll be a pretty simple conversion to come as well. Just try and take a breath. 2 points to come here for Kieran, no problem whatsoever. So Wigan, they now take an 8 points to 12 lead. 54 minutes on the clock, so still plenty of time to go in this game. Just have a little bit of a pause on the clock, keep it updated. Let me know in live chat, no good doing it later, who's going to take the points in this game. For me, Wigan, I think they're just starting to get a little bit on top. Injuries for St Helens are not helping them now. It's kind of unsettling them, and obviously 2 players in the bin. They'll both come back pretty much at the same time. Wellesby, this is his second stint. Taylor Kerr in at dummy half. Yeah, he's going down the tunnel there. He's Darryl Clark, so it's not looking good for him. Wigan up to their own 20. Kerr in at dummy half. 3 tackles gone, and Sember up to the 40, trying to break the line, gets the offload away to Wardle. Wardle cuts inside. He's brought down by Fafita, who's come on. Partington over the halfway line. Runs into Delaney. Last tackle coming up. Harry Smith on the 40. Back inside to Field. Field puts a high kick in from the 30. Sailors about 8 yards out. Knocks it on after he was challenged in the air by Jai Field. Oh, now they're giving the penalty to St Helens. I don't know why. Collision in the air. Well, he's allowed to go for his own kick. Oh, he pulled out of it. He would have got away with it, Field, if he'd have kept his arms outstretched. But as he was going into contact, he pulled his arms in and then made contact in the air. I'll let you off with that one, ref. Wigan tinted glasses on there, I had, I'm pretty sure. Do 55, 57. Here we go. Right. Reset. George Delaney's going off as well. Maybe it's from that collision earlier, but he didn't initially go off for a HIA. But he's getting walked off with a helping arm. So it was after he got on the wrong side of a tackle he put in on Partington and he stayed down. Yeah. So, I mean, if he doesn't pass his HIA, it might not have even been from that tackle. He's had so many blows to the head. Absolute commitment from both sets of players, in fairness. So it's saying to get us back underway on their own 20. And it's Shane Wright who's driving it in, and Sember's on the floor. What's he done? Oh no, he's holding his hamstring. Oh no, that's what we don't need. Robertson over the halfway line, and Sember holding his hamstring. If he's done his hamstring, just take him off. Even if he's just tweaked it, we don't want him tearing it or anything stupid like that. Not when we've got Thompson out. Walmsley's driving it forward. Curran with the tackle. Lucas Mason's getting stuck in there. There's room on the right for Saints if they can get the ball over. They've got the overlap. Robertson gets away from Wardle. Now he comes back inside to Sailor on the 10. Little chip kick through. Picked up by Harry Smith. He dives forward and Wigan will be in possession 5 yards out. Did well there, Smith, not to get trapped in behind his own goal line. Wardle drives it in over his own 10. Honestly, the casualty department's going to be full of these players after the 80 minutes is up. There's a long way to go, 22 and a half minutes. Adam Kieran's driving it in. He tries to get between Walmsley and Hastings. Can't quite do it. 4 tackles gone. Wigan up to their own 40. Havard with a pass. I passed to McDermott. He was 3 yards away and he's absolutely rocketed at him. And guess what? It's just bounced up in the air. Now it's been lost forward by Saints, but the referee's gone back. No advantage. It'll be scrum, head and feed to Saints. What a ridiculous pass that was from Wigan. McDermott was, Havard, he was in arms touching distance of him and he's rocketed at him. No wonder he didn't take it. Yeah, he's going off his Junior December. That's going to be a hamstring, I'm pretty sure. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. Oh, did someone stand on his leg? No, I think it's his hamstring. 1.5 minutes just over left on the penalty for both teams, so they'll both be up to full strength when the penalties are over. It's almost simultaneously. St Helens, 15 yards out, central. 2 tackles gone. Shorrock's in at dummy half, spreads it left. Hastings, short past her to Clemmer. He's wrapped up by Havard. Shorrock's in at dummy half again. Walmsley, 3 yards out. He's trying to bulldoze his way over. Now he twists, but he can't get his arms free. 4 tackles gone. Shorrock's dummy half once more. Spreads it left. It's with Hastings. 12 yards out. Short pass to Davis. He jumps up and down on the spot while he decides what he's going to do. Then he drives it forward. He stopped 5 yards out. Last tackle. Clemmer. Now they're coming down the right hand side. Saylor. They've got an overlap with the floated pass. Too high though. And it goes out on the full. Paul Rowley has a rueful smile on his face. We can get away with one there. It was the right pass, just poor execution from Tristan Saylor. So it remains Wigan 12, St Helens 8. There'll be a turnover ball. Wigan to get it up and running on the 10. Brad O'Neill's going to be coming back on any second now. 20 seconds, as will Wellesby. So why I'll take them off. Why I remember to do it. Should be fresh as a daisy, Wellesby. Smith puts a tackle in on the 4th, going for a 40-20. Well, it bounces inside the 40. It was not a good kick from Harry Smith, that. Plenty of distance coming across field, just not enough distance downfield. Wellesby's back on, Brad O'Neill's back on. Full complement for both teams again now. Saints in possession, just inside their own half. Shorrock's in at dummy half, spreads it left to Hastings. McDonald drives it up to Wigan's 40. 2 tackles gone. Shorrock spreads it right. Hastings. Wellesby's into the line. Saylor's into the line. Robertson's into the line. Brought down just inside, just outside Wigan's 40, just inside of the beer from being in touch. Now it's back central for Saints. 15 yards out. Shorrocks is going on his own at the minute. Pass to Saylor. Wrapped up by Harry Smith, but manages to get an offload away. Clemmer. Hastings puts a kick in. It's been tapped dead. I'm not sure whether it was knocked back by Eckersley. I don't know who got the final touch on that. There was 4 players converged on the ball. It's gone dead. It's just how do we restart it? I think it might have been Zach Eckersley off looking at that. Lovely kick from Jackson Hastings there. It's bouncing, it's bouncing. It was knocked forward off. It would have been knocked forward. Forward off Wigan, and it was put behind by Zach Eckersley. My dog's not happy either. So it's going to be a goal line dropout. Gets decent distance once again. Wigan get it up to the 40. Walmsley brings it in over the halfway line. And he's finally brought down on Wigan's 40. What are you having to go at? Eh? Who's upsetting you? Bet it's that Wellesby. Right, drives it in, 15 yards out. Shorrocks picks it up, spreads it to Hastings. They're going to come down the left-hand side. Wellesby tries dummying the pass. Can't break the line, though. 4 tackles gone, 5 yards out. Shorrocks spreads it right to Walmsley, juggles it, then takes a contact, so it doesn't hit the line with any meaningful pace. 5th tackle coming up. Hastings puts a chip to the right-hand side. Waiting for it is Wardle. Gets clattered as he takes the ball, but keeps possession and keeps in the field of play as well. Ollie Partington drives it in now. 5 yards out. 2 tackles gone for Wigan. Need to get up to at least 15-20 yards if they can for a decent kick and try and get some field position. At the minute, it's Saints putting all of the pressure on. Brad O'Neill in at dummy half on his own 10. Spreads it right to Eckersley. He goes into contacts with Shorrocks. He gets to the 20. 4 tackles gone. O'Neill goes left, it's with Cade Ellis. Evades the first tackle, pushes Shorrocks off. Now he's still going, he's up to the 30. 32 yards, that's where he'll be brought down. It's a much better field position now for Wigan to be putting that kick in. It's with Smith on his own 30. Goes for distance, it's going to land on the 10, taken by Wellesby. He's running back, head stuck out like Touche Turtle. He breaks the line almost. He's up to the 40 before Wigan finally bring him down with Jake Wardle and Ollie Partington. Tristan Saylor in at dummy half. Spreads it left to Robertson. Robertson tries breaking the line. Gets over the halfway line but can't get free. 2 tackles gone. One-handed pick up from Shorrocks. Hastings up to Wigan's 30. Coming down this left-hand side. 3 tackles gone. Hastings to Walmsley. Walmsley's tackled by Brad O'Neill. A little bit high there. And if it's high on Walmsley, it is high. Wigan get pinged for the penalty. Are they going to go for the 2? I doubt it, because came off the ball under his chin. So they got us back underway anyway, saying it's no point going for the 2. They've got an overlap down the right-hand side. If they can get that ball out there, they can't, because Sailor's wrapped up by Ollie Partington. Harry Smith finishes the tackle off. 2 tackles gone. On Wigan's 10. Hastings in at dummy half, spreads it left. Shorrocks, they're keeping it going left now, our Saints. Wellesby. Wellesby. 5 yards out, going lateral. Now he's going to have to take the tackle there because there was a bit of crossing, which he does. Referee calls help. So 4 tackles gone, 8 yards out. Going down the right-hand side now. Hastings to Sailor. Sailor cuts back inside. He's looking for the offload. Can't get it away, though. He's going to be wrapped up by Cade Ellis after Harry Smith took his ankles. Right, spreads it left. Hastings puts a little chip kick through there. Under the post. Knocked on by... Oh, my word. Knocked on by Field. And then eventually... it was downed by Brad O'Neill, because that ball was knocked on by Jyfield, but it's still live if you could have got a St Helens hand there. And who was it who overran it? I think it was Wellesby who overran it, and then it's finally grounded by Brad O'Neill. Wigan looking tired here, looking a little bit ropey. It's going to be a goal line dropout. Oh, I've not set my clock going, have I? Right. Nobody told me in live chat. Come on, give a man a break, will you? So these goal line dropouts, we're going to get it up to St Helens' 40. They're getting good distance there. Wellesby on the halfway line, lays it off to Clemmer. He drives it forward over Wigan's 40, central. Taking 2 Wigan players with him. He gets up to the 30 eventually. 2 tackles gone. Shorrocks dummy half. Spreads it right to Wellesby. Wellesby tries breaking the line. Kerr there with a good tackle though. Shorrocks quickly in at dummy half. Hastings with a pass there. Walmsley driving towards the line. He's over the line, but he looks like he's been turned and held up. So he is held up. Would have been better if he could have probably not gone over, because he's going to have to go back to the 10 now, isn't he? 4 tackles gone. 10 yards out. St Helens. Wigan with a 4-point lead. 12 points to 8. Shorrocks, dummy half. Spreads it right to Hastings. Wright drives it in. He's dropped it as he came into contact with O'Neill. And once again, St Helens giving Wigan a lifeline. Not getting to the 5th tackle and putting either a dangerous kick in or doing something. Didn't get the opportunity. Yeah, he went into contact there with Taylor Kerr and Brad O'Neill, and that ball just came loose as he made contact. Lucas Mason's getting a bit of running repairs. He's got some claret coming out of his left eye. It's been brutal, this game today. Ethan Havard's in the background going like that with his nose. Mason's just getting the Pudsey Burr treatment as the tape gets put around his head. So it's going to be a scrum. McDermott's coming off for the Warriors, so I'm not sure which interchange it was. Patrick Mago's come on, so that'll be that interchange. 67 minutes on the clock. We'll reset that going in a second. We're just waiting to get this scrum going on Wigan's 10. It'll be scrum, head and feed to the Warriors. Yeah, the pace of this game, Ethan Havard's going off now as well. He looks like he's got some claret coming out of his right eye. Yeah, he is. So it's going to be Shea O'Connor coming on for Ethan Havard. Some monster hits coming in from both sets of players. The highlights video is going to be really good. We're back underway. So Mago driving it forward, trying to get to the 20. Can't get there though. Clemmer and Shorrock see to that. Brad O'Neill comes in at dummy half, spreads it right. It's with Taylor Kerr. He does get over the 20, 25 yards. 3 tackles gone. Brad O'Neill in at dummy half. Spreads it right to O'Connor. He drives it in. Makes good yardage after contact as well. Just short of the 40. 4 tackles gone. Patrick Mago sidesteps Walmsley. Goes through Clemmer. Wigan up to halfway. This will be the 5th tackle. So Smith, he's got good kicking position just inside St Helens half. It's going to be taken 8 yards out. Taken well there by number 24, Owen Dagnall. Now he tries breaking the line. He's still going now. Bouncing off tackles. He's coming in field. Floats a pass out there and it's been knocked on by Saints. Picked up by Kieran. Thrown back to Eckersley. He gets the ball down, but I can tell you what's coming now. And the referee's going to be going with either no try or try. I think he'll personally go with no try. But the good thing is we'll definitely find out, because there's either a knock-on by Wigan, he's going with no try. There's either a knock-on by Wigan in this build-up by Adam Kieran when he gets the ball back off the floor. If it has gone backwards though, no problem with Eckersley. It wasn't a forward pass and no problem with the grounding. So there's just this one issue. So it was an absolutely crazy pass across the back line by St Helens. It was too high for, I can't see who that was. Then it's knocked on by Jackson Hastings. Then it's picked up by Adam Kieran. Adam Kieran picks it up on the floor, throws it back to Eckersley. Eckersley takes it cleanly. He doesn't look offside or a forward pass. So as long as there's no knock on here by Adam Kieran in this tackle, which there isn't, it hits his sternum, then this should be another 4 points on the board for Wigan, and Saints have just really shot themselves in the foot there. No need to do that. We've got 12 minutes to go in this game. Throwing that long ball across the back line, it was Douglas who couldn't take it. And then it's been... Douglas couldn't take it. Then Jackson Hastings couldn't take it. He knocked it on as Kieran came into the tackle. The ball's gone forward, but I think it hit Kieran in the sort of stomach, sternum area. He's picked it up on the floor, thrown it back to Eckersley, and Eckersley's just run the 5 yards and put the ball down. Should be another 4 on the board to the Warriors with a simple conversion to come. That'll take Wigan up to 18, a 10-point lead. Here we are, this will show us. Was there a knock on? Can't see really from that angle. Takes it cleanly. Then he gets the ball away before referee wouldn't have called held. That's going to be a try. Matty Pete, you never see any emotion from him. He's bouncing up and down like this on the going. So if he thinks it's a try, it's a try. But the fact that he's doing that shows you how much this game means to both sets of players and supporters alike. Come on, you can see there's no knock on. It comes off his chest. It comes off there. You can see it clearly. Just give him... We're rocking and rolling on the same thing, and you're not going to change anything. You're not going to see anything different from there. It comes off his chest. The torpedo tip of the ball hits him in the chest and goes forward. He picks it up, throws it back to Eckersley. No problem. 4 points on the board and a simple 2 to come. Right, so I'll tell you what, I'm that confident, although the way my predictions have been going, could be the kiss of death for Wigan, but I'm putting the 4 on. There we are. Oh, no, I've put it on the wrong team, haven't I? Dickhead. That's what happens when you get giddy, Jimmy. Is it a try? Oh, what? No try. I don't know why they've given no try for that. Well, I'll tell you what. Why no try? No, Adam Kieran can't believe it's no try either. Nobody in the ground can believe it's no try, apart from the video referee and the on-field referee who gave no try. Oh, talk about... Hang on. I've given St Helens 2 extra points there. Don't get giddy. So it's still 12-8. It's scrum head and feed to Wigan on the 10. So hopefully, from this base of the scrum, we're going down the right-hand side. Farriman, let the pass go. Farriman, he does let the pass go. It delayed the inevitable. Eckersley goes over the line. So it mattered not that the video referee made an absolute bollocks of that previous decision. Absolute shocking decision not to give that try. The only downside is it's a slightly harder conversion for Adam Kieran to come. 15 tries this season so far for Eckersley in 2026. And the Wigan fans are celebrating. What on earth the video referee was doing, not giving that try, I don't know. I have no idea. Farriman, it was O'Neill from the base of the scrum, and Farriman, I thought, let the pass go, but he delayed the pass. Did the right thing as well. I shouldn't have doubted the youngster, should I? So now it is St Helens 8, Wigan 16, conversion to come. But the conversion's only about 2 yards in from the touchline, so he's a left footer though. Mason Walkden says, 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left, mate. Thanks for that. I've got to get my clock going as well. Appreciate that. Trying to multitask. It's not happening, is it, for me? Right, and there we are. 70 minutes 24. I'm 4 seconds in front. 2 from 2 today so far from Kieran. Go on, put this over. Makes a big difference. No, he's pushed it across. Pushed it across the face of goal, but importantly for Wigan, they've got the 8-point lead, haven't they? That 8 points is big. Just over 9 minutes to go. It's going to be Sailor. He's going to go short here from the kickoff. Yeah, he does. He has gone short. Right down the middle though. Field comes across. Wardle comes across. Wardle takes it. Can he break the line now, Wardle? Trying to get to his own 40. No, he's over the 30. Right, with the tackle. Mason Walkden, are you supporting the Warriors, the Saints, or neither of these two teams? If you're supporting Wigan, you'll be happy. If you're supporting St Helens, let me tell you, you're not out of this yet. We know what Saints are like for putting points on quickly. Both teams have got mistakes in them as well. Wigan, 4 tackles gone, up to Saints 40. Pretty central. It's with Mago. Thought about an offload there to O'Connor, didn't. Steamrolled forward, gets to about 25 yards out. 5th tackle coming up. O'Neill goes to the right. Farrimond, first of all, dummies the kick. Now he's running. He floats one left. It's with Ellis who's in the line. Ellis puts a little grubber kick through there. It's a foot race. Picked up by Welsby. Welsby bounces off the first tackle. And Welsby gets out of his own goal line there. Fantastic from the St Helens number 1. Wonderful play from Welsby. 2 tackles gone though, and Saints are still 1 yard out from their own goal line. Wigan putting the pressure on here. Robertson gets up to the 10 just. Wigan pushing offside there, but getting away with it. And the referee's got his beady eye on him as well. Then there's a poor pass from Saints. Then there's a slip. Then Kieran puts a tackle in. It was Hastings. He was on his way down. Saints are Wigan. You could say there was contact with the head, but as he was slipping, you'd have to either put no tackle in or you make contact with the head. There was no force, so we play on. 5th tackle gone. Saints running it out right to Robertson down the right hand line. Kick comes in. Coming across his Jai Field. He's going to have to take that. The ball bounces kindly for him, and the kick from Tristan Sailor finally has him putting the tackle in on Wigan's 10. And now Zach Eckersley tries making yardage. Sailor tries a ball steal one-on-one. Eckersley keeps hold of it. 2 tackles gone. O'Connor drives it in. Up to Wigan's 20. Brad O'Neill comes in at dummy half. 3 tackles gone for the Warriors. 7 minutes to go. Wardle drives it in. Up to the 30. Right with the tackle. O'Neill spreads it right to Mago. Up to the 40. Legs pumping. Still going. Still going. He's brought down just short of the halfway line. Brad O'Neill in at dummy half. Smith going to put the kick in. It's going to land on the 10. It's going to get brought back by Owen Dagnall. He's already up to the 20. Trying to find a line break. Can't do it. Closed down by O'Connor and Cade Ellis. Tristan Sailor in at dummy half. Spreads it left to Welsby who's in the line. He's wrapped up with vociferous tackling and driven backwards. They enjoyed that, the Warriors. Welsby not so much. He's got a target on his back, hasn't he? McDonald breaks the line for Saints. He's up to the 40. He's up to the 30. Field comes across with a tackle. Right. Now he throws himself forward, McDonald, looking for a penalty. Referee goes like that. Get up. Get up, you cheating scumbag, he says. Well, he didn't, but he meant it. Hastings to Sailor. On Wigan's 20. 4 tackles gone. All the momentum's gone out of the move now. Wellsby in possession. He's tackled by, I think that's Taylor Kerr. Fafita in at dummy half. It's with Hastings on the 20. Puts a kick into the left-hand corner. Under it is Eckersley. That ball's bounced. Who's going to get hold of it next? Picked up by St Helens. Then wrapped up. Referee calls held. That'll be the handover. I don't think there was a knock-on by anybody. The referee blows his whistle. Ooh, time off. All right, ref, thanks for the update. What are we going upstairs for now? There's a captain's challenge. Captain's challenge from St Helens. Nothing to lose, have they? Almost 75 minutes on the clock. Thank you, Mason Watling, for telling me to do my clock. Appreciate that, pal. I wouldn't have set it going, and I'd have either clocked it wasn't on, no pun intended, or it'd have stayed off. Kind of getting engrossed in the game a little bit. We're just trying to see who got the first touch on this ball. Well, it's knocked backwards by, I think it's a St Helens hand on it first, then it's a second hand on it off Eckersley, and it's whether that first touch was backwards or forwards from St Helens. I don't know. I don't know whether that's successful or not. We'll see. Captain's challenge is successful, so it's going to be 6 again for St Helens. So they'll be on Wigan's 10 down this left-hand side. It's going to be number 25, Neen McDonald, getting us back underway. Fafita driving it in centrally. He's up to Wigan's 10. Humphreys in at dummy half. Spreads it right. Oh my word, it's been knocked on. Wellsby's put the ball down for a try, but it's been knocked forward. Nah, definitely not. So let's stop the clock. So we're going upstairs. On field decision will definitely be no try. Video referee, it'll definitely be no try. There was a knock on in the build up. As the ball was passed, Wellsby's picked it up, gone over, put the ball down, celebrating like a good one as you would. His mate should have said to him, I've said this before, listen mate, don't make yourself look a dickhead. I knocked it on in the tackle. So it was a pass from, it was Shane Wright who's knocked it on. And it was a forward pass. It was a forward pass, and it's gone backwards because it was forward to Wellsby, so forget that. It's going to be chalked off Jack Wellsby. If they're saying it's not gone forward though, this could be a try, but it's definitely a forward pass. Clearly forward. Clearly forward. I don't know why we're looking at the same thing over and over again. If we're going to go and look at the grounding now, which we are they going to give this as a try? There's a forward pass in there. Paul Rowley's like, what you doing? On field decision. Try! I don't can believe it. It's a forward pass. He was that far in forward. He knocked it backwards, and Wellsby was stood level with the passer. Here we go. A little bit of shenanigans, I say, from the video referee in here. They want a close finish. 4 points on the board for 4 points on the board for St Helens that they shouldn't have. And it's going to be a pretty simple conversion for Hastings. He doesn't miss these, does he? We'll give him them. So it's going to be a 2-point ball game. 2-point ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, dear me. Let me know in live chat. Who's going to take the... If you're watching this, am I wrong in the fact that that was a forward pass? That Wellsby's put the ball down? Who's your money on in this? I've got to go with Wigan. I just have to, because they've got a 2 points lead with 4 and a bit minutes left. Oh, just makes you sweat for it, doesn't it? 75 minutes and 35 on the clock. So we're back underway. Fafita driving it back. I need to get my clock accurate now, don't I? Oh, not that one, Jimmy, you plank. 50, right, there we are. We're bang on with the clock. Matty Pete's got a real pensive look on his face now. Right, drives it in. He's up to his own 20. 3 tackles gone. Humphreys spreads it to the right. Robertson, he's absolutely clattered by Partington. Partington gives him some verbals after as well. Saints on their own 30. They're trying to spread it down the left-hand side. For Peter, McDonald into the line. Tristan Saylor comes in at dummy half on his own 40. 5 tackles gone. Hastings puts a high kick in. It's going to land on the 25-yard line. Taken by Field. Takes it well. He's got time to have a look where he's going. He goes up to the 30. No, nice and safely done. Partington in at dummy half. Spreads it left to Eckersley. Just no loose carries now, boys, into the contact. Just let's get through this set of 6. Put a good kick in. Let's be playing the ball. Let's be playing the end of this ball game down in St Helens' half. Let's make them go 80 yards if they're going to win this. O'Connor driving it in. And he got his legs picked up there. You can't be doing that, son. It's a penalty. If you weren't such a short ass, somebody bigger would have probably give you a smack round the chops as well. It was Tom Humphreys, it was, who lifted O'Connor's legs and then dumped him. Clock's paused on 77-12. The officials come on from the right-hand side. What are we saying here? Hang on, there's too many players on the field here. What is going on? She's called Tara, the lady referee from yesterday. She's just come on and said it's a penalty. He said well, he's not bothering with it. If there's too many players on the field, let us know what's going on. Oh, Saints had a player on the sideline. He shouldn't have even been on. He's given away a free kick and a penalty. He shouldn't have even been on. Typical St Helens that. They'll do anything to win a game. We're back underway. 77-28 to go. Ellis on St Helens is 10. 2 tackles gone. Brad O'Neill, if we have to, go for a drop goal. Just kill the clock. McDermott driving it forward under the post, 3 yards out. Brad O'Neill, does he go left? Does he go right? He goes left. No, it's knocked on by, I think that's Taylor Kerr, but in the tackle, Clemmer was messing about. Put an arm round it. It'll be a penalty to the Warriors. Take the 2. Just take the 2. Yeah, it was Clemmer. Clemmer went round the side, not standing square, got involved, pulled the arm back of O'Neill. That caused a knock-on. Woohoo! What are we going to do? No, we're not going to take the 2. We're going to play it. Just make sure that this set of 6 goes to the set of 6. Wigan on St Helens is 10. Nothing fancy here. Blimey, McDermott drives it in for the Warriors. 5 yards out, under the post. Brad O'Neill, dummy half, spreads it right. It's with Farrimond. Little short pass there, 2. Number 27, Lucas Mason, tape round his head, driving it in. Short pass there to O'Connor. He's a yard short. Forward pass by Wigan. It was Brad O'Neill. Forward pass, clear forward pass to O'Connor. Just see the set of 6 out. What is wrong with these Wigan players? You're asking for trouble. Looks confused. It was a forward pass. Matty Pete's got his hand on his head like that. Right. 79 and 8 seconds on the clock. Saints coming down the right hand side. They're going to have to go the full length of the field with this set of 6. Robertson tried it there. He's brought down out inside his own 30. Partington got a hand in, not standing. Well, he's got away with it. Now they've floated it to the left hand side Saints. They've got the basketball passes going now. They need to keep it alive. 2 tackles gone just outside their own 20. McDonald driving it forward, trying for a line break. Gets away from O'Neill, but can't get away from McDermott. Tristan Saylor, short pass to Shorrocks. Clemmer over the halfway line. 4 tackles gone. Robertson's with the ball. He does a little hitch kick, goes down the line, puts a kick in. Then he gets taken out. Oh, Ollie Partington obstructed him there. The hooter's gone. Is there going to be a penalty here for Saints on the far side? I think there was a Saints player got took out. Hang on a minute. It's not the end of the game. It's not the end of the game. We're going upstairs now to see if there was a player took out by St Helens, and my gut feeling straight away was there was, and I think it was Ollie Partington. He didn't need to do it either. Yeah, pulled down, so it's going to be a penalty. And it's within a kickable distance, I think. It's going to be a hell of a kick, but there's a captain's challenge coming in. It was Robertson. He put the kick in, and as he run, he gets taken out by Ollie Partington. It is going to be a penalty. This will be a penalty to St Helens. So it's going to have to be one fantastic kick, but the way my weekend's going with my predictions and my luck, it's probably going to go straight over and we're going into overtime. Captain's challenge will be successful. Captain's challenge is successful. Oh no. Matty Pete's got a concerned look on his face. Paul Rowley's got that look of, we've got a chance here. Ollie Partington, he's complaining about it. You can't, Ollie, because you did take him out. He's kicked the ball there. You've seen him do it. You've put your arm round his waist and you've pulled him away from Wardle. It's a definite penalty. No complaints about the penalty. I've got complaints about the stupidity of it because there was cover there as well. There was Wardle and Jai Field. So to draw things level, it's going to be Hastings from 35 yards out, I would say, down the right hand side. What a way to end a magic weekend, and it has been a magic weekend. It's been superb. He's 2 from 2 today, Hastings. Final kick of the game, is it? He's 29 yards out and probably about 3 yards in from the right hand side. He's lining it up, takes a look at the post, pulls his shorts up. Paul Rowley's looking like that. Matty Pete's getting a pen ready to chew, but not quite putting it into his mouth. Hastings has a look. He kicks these. Does Hastings. Takes a step back. 3 strides forward. Good connection. It's on its way. He's pushed it to the right of the post, and the points are the Warriors. He grimaces. Oh, I can't believe I've pushed it to the right hand side, and the Warriors have taken this game. If it had gone into overtime, I don't think either team could have complained. But the good thing with rugby league is we don't really get draws these days, do we? Somebody takes the points. Tristan Saylor's on his haunches. Can't quite believe it. The Warriors have done it. What an absolute thrilling game of rugby league. We're just having a look at it as soon as it left his boot, and it wasn't even close. He's put it a full set of posts to the right hand side. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Man of the match. Who's the man of the match today? So many contenders. So many contenders. Before the stream ends, take the plunge quickly in live chat. Let me know who your player of the match is, your man of the match. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think anybody today was absolutely outstanding. I think people who definitely need a mention are George Delaney for St Helens absolute put his body on the line without shirking any kind of responsibility. Who else was there? Owen Dagnall. Really, really good performance. You know, from the Warriors, Harry Smith did nothing wrong. Barrymond, he's not, when O'Neill's on the pitch, he's not involved in the game as much, but what he did well. Special mention for Nathan Law. He had to go off with an injury after doing all right today for the Warriors. It looks like to me like he's broke his ankle. Hopefully not, but he tried walking. Eventually they had to put him on a stretcher and take him off that way around the side of the pitch. There was a couple of set twos. Jackson Hastings had a good game for St Helens. Full of what you'd expect from these two bitter rivals. Full of blood, guts, thunder, skill at times, poor decision making at times. It had absolutely everything. Everything. Man of the match for me. I'm unsure. I don't think anybody stood out. Possibly George Delaney for St Helens. Possibly George Delaney. But Eckersley tries again, did nothing wrong. Important 2 points, like I said, that for the Warriors, because they now move up onto 24 points. And that moves them above Warrington, it moves them above Wakefield, and it moves them above St Helens and Hull KR. It's a big win for the Warriors. There's 3 teams now at the top on 24 points. We've got Leeds on 28 points, clear leaders. You've got Wigan in second on 24, Warrington in third on 24, Wakefield in fourth on 24 points. And that win for St Helens, that loss for St Helens means they're only 2 points ahead of a Lee side that on the day they can put a run together, as we've seen. It's just whether they do. I still think Lee will miss out on. I think they will miss out on the top 6, unfortunately. But I think Brad O'Neill there, he's getting spoken to by Gemma at Sky Sports. Have they given him man of the match? I'm not too sure. You could Betfred player of the match, Brad O'Neill. All right. Yep, he did all right. Did really well. But I think there was other players who did slightly better today. Oh, blimey O'Reilly. A quick shout out. If you haven't done so already, if you can please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get up towards 750 now. We've got big things coming to the channel with the cricket as well. And if you don't want to subscribe, I understand that. If you can just hit the like button if you like the content. YouTube likes a like. It helps with the algorithm apparently. So if you can do that for me, that's all I ask of you. I am Jimmy James. I'll be out tomorrow or Tuesday with, because it's a little bit late, it might be a day later, with a rundown of the weekend's fixtures. I had a shocker in the 100k challenge. Not from forward with the results yesterday. We'll run through that. Beforehand I thought I'd called it right. Just shows what a fool sport can make of you. And it did with me, that is for sure. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whatever you're doing. And if you're watching England, try and get a snooze between 9 and 11. You don't want to be falling asleep when the football's on. That's all from me. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.